Aujourd'hui, maman est morte. Ou peut-être hier, je ne sais pas. J'ai reçu un télégramme de l'asile. Mère décédée, enterrement demain, sentiment distingué. Cela ne veut rien dire. C'était peut-être hier.
This was the first paragraph of the incredible book The Stranger, written by the legendary French philosopher Albert Camus. It's about an ordinary French man named Meursault living in French Algeria. So, what's the catch? Who is this man and why is he important? Well, actually, there is no importance to this character. He is the protagonist of this story, but he is nothing out of the ordinary. There is no special aspect about him. While reading this book, I continuously scrambled the words and dialogue to find something, anything that made this man unique in the slightest, but I couldn't find anything. The story simply follows Meursault's life after his mum's funeral. While there is no uniqueness to the story, that is actually what makes it so unique, ironically. Most stories follow a hero or unique individual who miraculously fixes an issue or creates a solution, and the story ends. But not for this man. He causes problems for all sorts of people, but isn't exactly a monster. He has a few friends and even a girlfriend, but isn't particularly intimate with anyone. He just exists. Fortunately for us, there is a lot we can actually learn from this mysteriously plain man, which we will explore in this video. We'll look at why you are actually super similar to this main man, Meursault, and why this isn't a bad thing. So what exactly is a flâneur? It is a French word that became very popular in the 19th century, meaning someone who strolls around and observes his or her environment. A very popular modern comparison is an NPC, which gained huge popularity in recent years on TikTok, meaning someone who appears to not really show much character and kind of just exists to fill up space. This book pretty much follows a flâneur. This man does nothing out of the ordinary and simply lives his life. He works, spends time with friends, is in a relationship, and smokes a hell of a lot. This is exactly what Camus wanted to encapsulate in his text, the meaninglessness of life and how existential it all is. In some way or another, we're all just like his protagonist Meursault. We're all flâneurs. We all force ourselves into believing that we are the main character of the story, but we aren't. We are the main character of our story, but only our story, no one else's. Meaning that everything we do simply doesn't matter. It doesn't really affect the greater order of life because of how insignificant we are in the grand scheme of things. Now, this may seem really scary and bad, but it's actually a really good thing. Let me explain. Although we really are very insignificant and our lives are almost meaningless, this gives us the power to strive for greatness. If we are nothing, let's become something. This powerful philosophy that Camus encapsulates in his text, while appearing rather dull and depressing, can actually help us strive for more in our current lives, as nothing we do really matters in the grand scheme of things. Many of us are kind of held back by negative emotions when we think about asking that girl out on a date or challenging our manager for a promotion at work. But if we use this philosophy in our lives and realize that if that girl rejects us or the manager laughs at us, it doesn't really matter because our life is just a single grain of sand on a beach. If we have this belief, we will have the confidence to do anything and strive for greatness in the hopes of creating meaning in our lives. Now, it can also take us down a very dark path of depression and helplessness if we negatively believe that our lives being meaningless is a bad thing. But try your best to find the positives in it, okay? Camus's The Stranger could be interpreted as an existential, depressing text written by a disturbing man with cynical thoughts, or an eye-opening book that reveals the challenges we deal with in our lives but are too afraid or lack the courage to face. Camus is not the first philosopher to articulate his beliefs on life and existentialism as the whole. Before him came another great philosopher, Friedrich Nietzsche, who created nihilism, which strongly resembles his work and most likely inspired him to create many of his texts. This philosophy has also created very strong, intelligent characters in movies and shows, but none encapsulates this philosophy more than Rick from Rick and Morty. He is an incredible scientist who invented time travel, capable of traveling to any universe within millions of universes in the multiverse. But this doesn't frighten him. Instead, it drives him. He strives to become a god amongst men, someone who knows that there is really no reason to anything in life, but lives anyway. Although Rick has his flaws, most notably his insistent drinking, most likely to sedate his mind because he is too smart for his own good, his understanding about the meaninglessness of the world has pushed him to great lengths and success in life. He enjoys every moment of his life knowing it is only finite. We should all consider viewing the world in this way. We're all flâneurs or NPCs, simply living our lives because we can. There was no meaning in our lives, so we should create meaning. We should be courageous and not fear ridicule, unacceptance, or disagreement, because that same futility of life is the reason we create meaning in everything, ironically. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you learned something new. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Take care.